All right, so we're going to do lesson 55, and it's a couple parts. So the first part of it is complex fractions. And complex fractions are fractions of fractions. I know, fun. So we have an example here. We have the fraction AB over the fraction CD. And this works when B, C, and D are not equal to 0. So we have a fraction over a fraction is a complex fraction, and the numbers are not equal to 0. So then our first equation, or our first problem, is we have A over B as a fraction over C, and B and C are not equal to 0. So in order to simplify complex fractions, we need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the reciprocal of the denominator to change the original equation. So we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the reciprocal of the denominator to change the equations. I know, a whole lot of words. So what does that look like? We're going to have A over B over C is our original, which is going to be equal to A over B. The reciprocal of C is going to be 1 over C. So we multiply it by 1 over C. And then we'll have C over 1 and 1 over C. So if we multiply that out, I ran out of room, so I'm going to do it down here. We will have A over BC over 1. Or you can do, it'll be CC, which is actually going to be equal to 1. So it's A over BC over 1. And then our final answer is going to be A over BC. To change it from our original equation we got over there, it becomes this. All right, so then we will do another. All right, so we're going to have A over 1 over C. A over 1 over C. And C is not equal to 0. So we got to multiply it first by the reciprocal of the denominator. So we'll have A over 1 times 1 over C over C over 1 times 1 over C. And so this is going to give us a C over 1. Over 1, sorry. Forgot the denominator. Which is essentially just AC. And the next one, we're going to have A over X over A plus X. Sorry, over B over A plus X. So A over X over B over A plus X. And then we're going that X, B, and A plus X aren't equal to 0. So X, B, and A plus X are not equal to 0. Sorry, so many letters. All right, so we're going to multiply it by the reciprocal. So we'll have A over X times A plus X over B over B over A plus X times A plus X over B. And then we multiply it out of the top. We're going to have a over a plus x. And it's going to be over xb. All right, now we're going to do some division with complex fractions. All right, and to divide, we're going to invert the denominator and then multiply. So we flip the second, well, this denominator. So normally with fractions, you flip the second and multiply. So this one, we're flipping the denominator and multiplying. So we invert denominator and multiply. All right, so our first one is going to be m over n over x, y. And n, x, y are not equal to 0. So all we have to do is flip the second. So we're going to have m over n times y over x equal my over nx. That's our final answer. And then if we use the denominator numerator same quantity rule that we had learned before, we would do the same problem using that rule. We would have m over n times y over x. So just kind of like we did before also, we're going to flip the, multiply it by the reciprocal of the denominator. So x over y, y over x is my over nx. So we have the same answer. And that is all for 55.